Hey, it's me. I just want to go over this week's work. Gonna do 3 more of the poetry starters from Poetry Starter 1, which is basically, again, coming up with the song lyrics and just telling me, just a couple of lines is all you need to do, and then tell me what it is you like about it. Okay, and then we have 2 songs and 1 poem we're gonna do this week. We're gonna do Castle on the Hill, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, and then the poem Porphyria's Lover. Okay, and there's videos to go with each one. I am talking about just a little bit right now about the 2 songs because I didn't put that on the worksheets or in those videos because they were already long enough. But I'm going to also put a link for Castle on the Hill for the music video because it does a really good job of explaining a lot of what the song is about. The guy's just going back to his hometown. He misses it a lot. Matter of fact, he says that a lot. I can't wait to go home. It talks about some of his childhood memories where he broke his leg. But even then, he thinks it was still, I was younger then, take me back to when. So, despite the fact he broke his leg, he still, looks back fondly on his childhood. Says, I found my heart and broke it here, made friends and lost them through the years. Uh, and he talks later in the song about these people raised me, and he talks about some of his memories, smoking hand rolls, cigarettes, running from the law through the backfield and getting drunk with my friends. And then you can see when they get older, we found weekend jobs. Okay, and then there's a shift in tone when you listen to the song. You can even hear it where he talks about what happened to his childhood friends. One left to sell clothes, one works down by the coast, one had 2 kids but lives alone, so obviously that relationship didn't work out. One's brother overdosed, one's already on his second wife, one's just barely getting by. And then he talks about, but these people raised me. And he's, on my way, that's the refrain. And he says, I still remember, and this is different from the regular refrain. I still remember these old country lanes when we did not know the answers. So he's thinking back to, it's kind of like you can't go home because you can't undo the things that are done. Okay, the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. I did give you an article about the actual wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. It was a ship that hauled iron ore across Lake Superior, and they went out. A storm came up. They almost made it to a safe haven. It says, they would have made Whitefish Bay if they'd put 15 more miles behind them. So they almost made it. If they'd made it to Whitefish Bay, they would have been safe from the winds. It was hurricane force winds. They've found the ship since then. They found out that the main hatchway did give in, and that's what caused the ship to sink. Now, it is full of the cook comes up and says, fellas, it's too rough to feed you. And then at 7 p.m., the main hatchway caved in, and he said, fellas, it's been good to know you. The captain wired in, he had water coming in. And that is true. He did wire in. He never issued a mayday or anything like that, so we don't know if it just went down quickly. And the good ship and crew was in peril. And later that night, its lights went out of sight and came the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Okay. And so it's a true story. If you want to read the article, you'll see how true it is. And how many of the details he gets accurate. And then what we're doing on the worksheets is just basically identifying some of those poetic elements that was in that PowerPoint.